Hi everyone, it's Sandy. Thank you for joining me here on my channel, Septeria 18. I have an adorable little project for you, and it is really easy to put together, and I'll also show you how you could assemble one of these if you would also like to make one. And it's a project that I had made a couple of years ago, and it's this one here. It is just such a sweet little mini, well, I'm going to call it a mini flip folio booklet. I can't remember what I called it when I made this one a couple of years ago, but I will put the I'll put that link to that video down below if you wanted to have a look at this project, and if you also wanted to make it in this size. And it's just such a sweet little folio, and I'll just show you how it looks like. So I thought I would recreate another one in this video in case you had missed that video, because sometimes you may have missed one of or some of my videos along the way. So I thought I would do another one with a different size, and I've just changed it up a little bit, and I put a lot of I did quite a long length of crochet string for the closure for this one. I did finish off the ends with these cute little heart shape, using my heart punch just to decorate the ends. So I thought that was a fun way to do that. So let me open up this one, and then I'll show you this one here. So this here is the cover, and then then you open it up this way. I put a little tag here too. I made a little tag, which is really cute. Just dangle that on the top, and then it opens up this way to a pocket that I made, which I love making these pockets. Especially I love using all my scraps to make these fun little pockets. And I did take some of the stuff out of here because I use them in my other projects. But over here is a little tiny pocket where you can add little tiny tags or ephemera pieces. Then on this side there is also another tuck pocket here. So this pocket is placed on the back of the cover. Then it opens up this way to another side, a tuck pocket for more places to add some things in there. And then over here is an envelope where you can add your letter in here, a postcard, or anything you want. And so the reason why I decided to recreate another one is because I use the We Are Memory Keepers envelope punch board to make the envelope to attach to a little folio, and not everyone has the envelope punch board, so I thought I'd recreate another one to make the envelope style without the punch board, so you could make one of these as well. But if you have the punch board, I use a 6x6 paper, and I use the size to make it for a 3x4 journaling card. So that was the size I made for the envelope for this project. So I decided to make this size here, which is slightly longer and slightly wider, and it turned out just as adorable as this one. You can see the two different in sizes. So this one here is about 3.5 inches. I think it's 3.5 inches wide by 5 inches in height. Yeah, so it's 3.5 inches by 5 inches in height, or it's 9 centimeters by 13 centimeters. And I'm going to also do another video for you and also give you the measurements if you want to make one of these in a slightly longer size. So I'm going to do another video with the measurements for a 4x6 size mini folio flip book if you want to make the larger size. So you'll have 3 sizes for you to choose from. But let me show you this one, because this one is just slightly different to this one. And the papers I used for this project is the 12x12 paper pad by Die Cuts with a View, and it's called Cottage Place. It's a beautiful collection with lovely warm colors. So they're the papers I used. And then I used I just cut a strip of cotton fabric to use as the closure for this folio. And the side tab here that I use for this one is just a simple little one that I just folded in half, but I changed this one as well and made this one a little bit longer, and I added an extra pocket instead of a one of these pockets in this one, which I'll show you. But look how adorable the cover turned out. And all I done here was I fussy cut one of the houses that's in the collection, as well as I cut apart and just layered that. And it opens up the same way. So over here I made a tuck pocket instead of an actual pocket, and I've got a tag in here, and I made a little banner embellishment. Over here is the other tuck pocket. I placed one of the cute little mini file folders that you can make as well without using a die, or just using your scissors. And I'll put that tutorial down below if you want the measurements for this one. So that goes in there, and there's the other little house that I fussy cut. And then you turn it this way, sorry about that. And I turn it over this way, and there is another side pocket, and I've got some note cards in there. So this is the part where I made a similar envelope where you can make one without the punch board. So you can see this one here has that envelope. This one has a slightly different one, but it works the same way. And actually it's quite a nice kind of envelope because it has a nice big opening here. So I placed a little booklet with our two pockets here, and a little mini journal would fit nicely in here as well. So if you have a little mini journal that's not too bulky, you can use that to place it in here. And then you've got all these little tuck pockets to add all your ephemera pieces and all your bits and pieces that you may like to add into your little journal. And I'll also put the link down below to the measurements for this folio with the double pockets if you would like to make one of these. So you can see it's got a nice opening. And I'm going to put in my shop, I've got these envelopes that I will add into my shop, which are these ones. And I'll show you at the end of the video what you get in that. Hopefully I'll remember. But I want to go ahead and get going with the tutorial for you. So it's really easy to put together. You're going to just need a few pieces of papers, and I'm going to show you the papers that you're going to need. So you'll need one piece of paper at 6 inches by 6 inches. I am using double-sided paper, which is from that collection that I just showed you. So you'll need a piece of paper at 6 by 6 inches, and that will be for the envelope. So that way you'll know what pages are for what. You're going to need another piece of paper at 3 3/4 inch by 5 inches. And that is going to be this middle part here, which is this one. So you just want to pick a paper that's going to go in the middle. You're going to need another piece of paper at 3 inches by 5 inches. And that is going to be the cover. So your cover will be the piece that's at 3 inches by 5 inches. So just decide which one you want as your cover. So this will be your cover, this will be your middle page, and this will be your envelope. So they're the three pieces you're going to need. And you'll just need another strip of paper for the tab here, which we'll use for the closure as well as your tuck pocket. And that is cut at 1.5 inches by 3 inches. So it's 1.5 inches by 3 inches. So they're the four pieces you're going to need. What we'll do first, we'll assemble the envelope first. And I've made these envelopes as well in previous videos. And I'm going to turn it this way. Just decide which side you want your cover. That's going to be this part here that's showing. So that's the part for your envelope. So you just decide which is going to be your cover. So let me just show you. So this will be the cover of my envelope, which will be this part. And then I'm going to have the slightly wider paper, and that's going to be in the middle. So you're not actually going to see that there. And then this will be my cover. So that's going to go and be placed on the top. So just have a look at your papers. And if you're happy with how it's going to lay out, then we can go ahead. So let me just bring, I'm going to turn this way though, so we get the measurements. So turn your cover facing down, and we are going to score at 1 inch, 4.5 inches, and then we're going to turn it around at 1/2 inch and 5.5 inches. So it's actually 1/2 inch going in both ways. So there, the score lines. And then you're gonna have these two little squares up here. We're gonna remove those two little corners. So that's that part done. And then you're going to see the score line that runs across. All we're going to do is we're going to angle cut both sides where that score line is. So I'm going to come up close for you. So I'm just going to angle that cut up to that where it crosses over, as well as that part. So you want to just sort of make a V shape. We're going to do the same onto the opposite side. So that is how your paper should look once you've cut everything out. I just want to make one quick little point. I'm just going to turn it this way. This is just for reference. If you have a directional paper, let me just see. Okay, let's just say this is this paper is directional, and you're going to use that as your envelope. When you make your score lines, you turn it facing down where your cover is, you want to make sure that, sorry, you want to make sure that your print is facing down to your left when you score at 1 inch and 4.5 inches, because the part that's at 4.5 inches is going to be the part that sort of comes up, which is going to be this part here. So you don't want it to be upside down, but just play around with it until you get the right, you'll work it out when you look at your envelope size. So just thought I'd just mention that before I go ahead. So we're going to have it facing this way. I'm going to corner around these 4 corners if you wanted to do that. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to fold these 2 sides over first. This will just make it easy for me. So I'm now going to corner around those 2 corners. Corner around that, corner around that side. Open that up. I'm going to fold the top part down now. And then I'm going to corner around these 2 corners, and that just makes it easy to get my punch through. Open that up now. So now I'm going to close this back up. We're going to bring this part here up. And we are going to wrap these 2 score lines to the back. Just wrap that around to the back. Turn it over, and then we're just going to add some glue to the sides here, and that will close up our envelope. Let's just fix this side a little bit first. I've had a few people asking what kind of liquid glue I use. I have a link down below for you if you wanted to have a look at the glue that I use. However, it's only purchased here in Australia in Spotlight. But if you are in some other parts of the world, I'm not sure what kind of glue that would be best suitable. I just love this glue. I place it in my little bottle, and it doesn't warp. It glues really well. It doesn't bubble. But you can have a look at the glue. Okay. So this is now your envelope all assembled. So you've got yourself an envelope with a little opening peak here. And I'm also going to do another video, and I'm going to show a couple of different ideas that you could do with this style envelope. And it's a little fun extra little project for you, where you could change this and make it a little bit different. So I'm going to come along and do another video for you with this envelope, and I think is one of my favorite style envelopes to work with. Okay, so we've done that. So let's now look at the rest of the other pieces. You got your next piece that's cut at 3 3/4 inch by 5 inches. With this one, we are going to when you just decide with this one, this is your middle part, this which is going to be this piece. You just choose, oh sorry, 1 second, I made a mistake. Oh, this is your cover. We're going to do the cover first. So we've got your cover, which is the one that's at 3 3/4. We're going to have your cover now facing up. We are going to score at 2.5 inches. So that's part's done. So there's your cover. We've got your score line at 2.5 inches. I'm going to corner around these two sides. And let's just fold that back so at least we know where this is going to go. So this is going to be your cover. So we've got these two done. And then you have this little piece, and this piece just stays as it is because this is what's going to join your envelope and your cover together, which was cut at 3 inches by 5 inches. Okay, we can assemble everything now. Oh, actually, I might score this one quickly first. So you have your little strip, which is going to be for your closure and tuck pocket. I'm going to line that up on the 1.5 inch mark. So this was cut at 1.5 inches by 3 inches. I'm going to just score that at 1 inch. There. And I'm going to also corner around these corners. I might use this one. So I'm going to corner around the right side. And then we can fold that over too. Alright, so we'll put that to the side. Now we can assemble the little flip book or folio booklet. So now we have your envelope. So that's going to get placed that way. We have your cover and we have this part. What we'll do first, let's join the middle part with the envelope first. So that is going to get placed on the top, and then the flat part's going to go in the front. Okay, so it's going to go like that, and this part here will go on this side, on the opposite side. So yeah, it's going to go on the opposite side, and that's going to go in that way, and that's just going to go on the top. So that's your flipbook folio all done. So we'll move that out. Let's take this out. So what we'll do, let's grab this side. We'll glue along the top there, along the inside of that score line, and on the bottom. And I'm just going to glue on the inside. As best I can. And then this is the part where you just decide which one. I've got to make sure it's not upside down. So I'm going to place that in there. I'm going to just press that down, line it all up and glue that. And that will give me this side tuck pocket and a flip page. So just glue all that down. Just find. So there's my tuck pocket, flip page, and then I've got that part. So now we'll just adhere the cover, which will get placed on the front, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to glue on the top, along the bottom, and along the side as well. So it's the same. Glue there. And on the inside. Now we'll slide that in here, line it all up, press that down. And hopefully this should turn out into the same booklet. So I'm going to open that up. There's your side pocket. Turn it that way, and there you have your side pocket, and here you have the envelope. So that's part. Actually, what I want to do is I'm going to go the opposite way because I don't want the same pattern facing. So I'm just going to open my one. So the good thing with this one is I think I can, it should be all right for me. I'm just going to turn it around. And then I'll place this one back on here. That's better. So there it is, that's my flip. And there's a side pocket. And then to create that little tuck pocket that's on this side, it's going to be a closure and a side pocket. And I'm going to actually corner around this corner as well. So I've got all 3 corners corner rounded. And what I'm going to do here, I am going to glue all of this side. And then just glue the bottom down here. And then I'm going to line it up at the bottom. Actually, yeah. I'm going to line that up at the bottom here. Bring it out a little bit. So you can see I've just bring one out just a little bit there, about halfway out. Line the bottom. That's why it's good to use liquid glue, because you've still got time to move it around and adjust your papers to where you need it to be. I'm just going to get that all glued down. Turn it this way. And that should glue down the bottom, and that will give you that tuck pocket once I've glued all that side down. And I might actually add a bit more glue just to... Okay, so that is now all done, and this will give me that tuck pocket. Just grab that. So there's my tuck pocket in there, and then I've got that pocket. And then once that's all glued, I can punch a little hole down here to create the little closure for the folio. So let's punch that hole through. And you can punch it wherever you like. I might put it up here or in the middle. And that will, having that fold also gives it more, makes it more sturdy for your hole, so it doesn't tear. And that's all there is to the little flip book. So let me bring this together so you could see. So here we have the cover, and then it opens up that way. And then you have your tuck pocket here, which is the same as this one. And there is your tuck pocket there and there. Turn that over, move that, turn that over. And then you have your pocket there, same as that side. And there is your envelope here. So that is that. And now I'm just going to quickly show you my new listing. I've got a few more other things that I'm going to list, which I'm meant to share with you, which I'm still a bit behind. But this one's ready. If it's not in my shop yet, I will have that listed very shortly. And in the pack, you'll get a random pack of 4. So it's wrapped in some vellum that I've used. And I've also fussy cut a little house and made a little embellishment to close the belly band. And you can remove this gently. It's just got a little foam dot on the back, so you could remove this and then reuse it and carry on with embellishing the little embellishment that I have here in the front. And then I've placed, you get one little mini folio folder that I've made, and it'll be a random print. And there are, you get 4, oops, it's on top of the other one. You get 4 of the envelopes that I have made, and they'll also be 4 random prints. So I've got a few other different prints, but these are just some of the patterns that you may receive. And so you'll get 4 of these, as well as the little mini file folder and the little and the belly band. And even with the belly band, you can gently just remove this off as well and reuse the belly band and use it for embellishments or whatever you like with the vellum strip. So that's going to be in my shop. And I'll just place that on the side there. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't a confusing tutorial for you. I tried to do the best I can to make it as easy step-by-step instructions for you. But I will link down below the video for this one. And I'll also do another video with the larger size. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.